segment of the Sit Down with Malik Wright, presented by First Star Logistics. On this segment, I'll be discussing why I believe the Dallas Cowboys are trying to send a message to Dak Prescott with the acquisition of Trey Lance. Now, first and foremost, I know some of you are probably thinking, Malik, they only traded a fourth round pick. Trey Lance is a bust, yada, yada, yada. Let's not forget, Trey Lance is a quarterback that was drafted third overall. Albeit Kyle Shanahan never wanted him, but the 49ers spent a lot of capital to make that guy the quote unquote future of the franchise. I believe Trey Lance is just the victim of a coaching staff that did not want him to be their starter from day one. So his tenure with the 49ers in my eyes was already ticking, if you will. It was his tenure with the organization was already doomed. So with the Dallas Cowboys going out there acquiring a quarterback like Trey Lance, who albeit has all the talent in the world, I believe time is taken for Dak Prescott. I think this was a clear message sent by Jerry Jones and company that, hey, Dak, you gotta you gotta get over the hump. You gotta give us to the promised land because we spent a lot of money to make you our quarterback. We have not seen the results as of yet. We've seen the Dallas Cowboys crumble in the playoffs, a crap ton under Dak Prescott. And you know what? Honestly, usually I'm taking the player side. Usually I'm like, you know what? This is wrong, yada, yada, yada. But I actually believe the Dallas Cowboys did the correct thing. Now, you may not think trading a fourth round pick for a quarterback is looked at as doom and gloom, but I'm here to tell you this isn't just any quarterback. This is a guy that was selected third overall. This is a guy that a lot of teams around the league believe that he could be an absolute unicorn at the position and potentially take a team over the top, especially with the right coaching staff. So, yeah, hearing Dak Prescott's recent interview about it, where he seemed as if he was sort of shocked, that the Dallas Cowboys went out and acquired Trey Lance. He didn't seem the most happy. He didn't seem the most happy about, getting a new teammate, getting a backup quarterback in there for the Dallas Cowboys. He seemed a little bit disappointed almost. So you've got to wonder where Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones, where the Dallas Cowboys brass view quarterback Dak Prescott. Do they view this as a make or break season for Dak? Are they ready to go all in on a quarterback and Trey Lance? Or, is Dak Prescott their future, their quarterback of the future? Is he truly their franchise quarterback? Daniel, what are your thoughts?
So I agree with you, and it's definitely a weird sentiment that's going on around the Cowboys organization. It almost reminds me of what the Packers did, with Aaron Rodgers. And the reason why I say that is because Dak Prescott has a right to be shocked. But the fact of the matter is, look at Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. They want excellence. They don't want just, having a great 12-win season and then losing 2 games into the playoffs. They haven't made an NFC conference championship game since God knows when. They haven't won the NFC since God knows when. So the Cowboys are a team that always has the roster. They have the elite talent. They've got a great quarterback, but they're a team that can never get over the hump. So I first off want to say I'm okay with Jerry Jones doing this. Not that he cares about my opinion, but I'm okay with it because you've got to cover your ass. And a guy like Trey Lance, who has potential, we talked about, him early on in another video we did on the Sit Down YouTube channel. Trey Lance barely has any run in high school and college. So he's got potential. And Dak Prescott, this is a message to you. Make this team, get them into the Super Bowl, whatever it takes. They've got the talent, get them into the Super Bowl. And if it doesn't happen, you're going to start to see Trey Lance start to, earn his way up. So if I'm the Cowboys, I'm happy with what I'm doing because it lights a fire under Dak Prescott's ass. Because to be honest, they've got an out with his contract in 2024. So Dak doesn't have any leverage, right? You got to win or get your job taken from you. So Dak's making a lot of money, but if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm the Cowboys, this is a smart thing. Light a fire in Dak Prescott's ass and hopefully see the results because they got the talent on the team.
And that's sort of what I want to speak to. Dak, it's not like we're sitting here and we're saying Dak Prescott hasn't had an abundance of weapons around him. He's had that. We've seen him with the Amari Coopers. We've seen him with the Dalton Schultzes. We've seen him with the CeeDee Lamb, so on and so forth, Michael Gallup. We've seen these things, but they have yet to produce positive results. Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. We've seen all the talent that Dak Prescott has had. And it's a shame because every single time you look at the Dallas Cowboys roster preseason, we're saying this team should win the NFC East with ease. And somehow they always find a way to fall short, or they get in the playoffs and they choke. At some point, I'm a fan of this. I think every team should hold quarterbacks accountable. I think people misuse the phrase franchise quarterback and believing that a franchise quarterback isn't replaceable. Look, Andy Dalton was the franchise quarterback for the Bengals. A franchise quarterback is a guy that is there long term, right? That has been there, quote unquote, long term and has been the starter long term. Because at that point, a quarterback is the most important position in all of sports, but especially in the National Football League. So of course you're going to be the quote unquote face of the franchise. So when we use the term franchise quarterback, we're not that's not a term that's used in the sense of saying you're irreplaceable. Ryan Tannehill was at one point in time the franchise quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. That does not mean you are irreplaceable. And I think that's what we're seeing with Dak Prescott. I think everyone is in uproar and everyone's shocked because it's quote unquote America's team. It's the Dallas Cowboys. We saw the same Dallas Cowboys stick by Tony Romo year after year after year after year. Look, Jerry Jones has not experienced success since the 90s. They haven't done anything remarkable since the 90s. So Jerry Jones has to do everything in his power to make sure that he can see a championship before it's all up. And I think this is what we're seeing right here. He saw an opportunity to go out there and get a young, dynamic quarterback. And yes, regardless of what you think of Trey Lance, I don't think Trey Lance's NFL future is going to be indicative of what we've seen with the Niners. I think he saw an opportunity to go out there and get a young, game-changing style quarterback and said, you know what? I think that guy can electrify this team because clearly the pocket passer thing that we're looking at isn't really working. And that's what Dak Prescott has been. Dak Prescott does have legs. He can move, and albeit he's more of your traditional pocket style quarterback. Maybe Jerry Jones is changing or turning over a new leaf and is willing to try different things out. All I'm saying is I view this move as a positive for the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys fans might hate me. And I know there's also a large contingency of Dallas Cowboy fans who hate Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott has been a very formidable quarterback for you guys. I think he has done well, but I don't think he's done anything special to take you guys over the top. And I think that's what the Dallas Cowboys need, especially when you got an owner like Jerry Jones, right? Everything that they do, they want to make sure they do it in a big way. And I think that they're hoping Trey Lance can develop into that. I think there's still hope for even Dak Prescott to turn over in the league. But this is, make no mistake about it, this is make or break for Dak Prescott the way I view it. And I think it should be.
Yeah, the last thing I'm going to say, I agree with you. And it's where you look at Dak Prescott, you can say, well, he was just, Jerry Jones, they let him coach the preseason game. That means they love him. Yes. But at the end of the day, winning and results matter. So Dak Prescott, he can be butthurt about this. He can be upset. But at the end of the day, results make people happy. And I promise you, Dak Prescott, if you show up, if you guys win the NFC East, if you make it far into the playoffs, you're not going to have to worry about this. Show up, fix your interception issue, and utilize the team you've got because you got a damn talented team. So
if you guys like more content like this, do us a huge favor. Give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you guys don't miss when we go live from the First Star Logistic studio.